Halo semuanya, hello everyone, welcome to Ceria, Cerita Cynthia. Selamat datang di acara Ceria pada malam hari ini. Wow, welcome everyone. So, ini karena nggak hanya orang Indonesia, jadi banyak dari luar, maka kita akan, Hai Miss Devin, hai, hello everyone. Wow, I'm pretty sure that all of you already waiting for this moment, and so do I. I'm so happy to have this chance to we will explore a lot of things, and this is the moment very important for us, for Oriflame community all around the world. And I keep looking for snezhanna. I hope she will join soon. Hai Maki, wah ada number one Oriflame Indonesia join juga. Hai hai, iya, yuk kita ajakin downline-downline-nya, community-nya. Jadi kemarin tuh ada yang nanya sama Ci Cynthia gini, Ci kalau aku ajak downline-ku boleh nggak? Oh boleh banget. Justru ini adalah untuk kita semua, untuk ngajakin ini loh Oriflame bukan hanya Oriflame Indonesia tapi Oriflame global. So snezhanna, where are you? Ya, kita tunggu ya, teman-teman bisa lihat ada snezhanna di sini. Maybe can you request? Okay, let me find. Okay, I see you. Nah, kita udah. Ya, ajakin downline-nya.
Hello, Cynthia. I'm so glad to see you. Do you hear and see me well? Yes.
Yes, I'm so happy to see you. Oh
Okay,
my God.
perfect. Do you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
And one more question. I hope that. Sorry.
Moment. Teman-teman bisa dengerin snezhanna kan? Suaranya jelas ya? Yes, I can see you well.
Okay, perfect. And one more question. Are we going to make this live stream in English? I hope.
Yeah.
I didn't manage to learn Indonesian in such a short time. But I know. Terima kasih.
Spasiba.
Okay. Cynthia, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really so glad to have an opportunity to talk to you. Are you going to translate everything in Indonesian?
Okay. If
you
talk, then I have to. Yeah, better in English because we have a short time. Yeah, I need.
Perfect.
You, okay.
Yes.
So,
yes, perfect.
Let me explain first. So, teman-teman, jadi begini, biasanya kan kita pakai bahasa Indonesia juga, karena ini waktunya cuma 1 jam, terbatas banget. Jadi lebih baik ini nanti biar snezhanna bicara dalam bahasa Inggris, terus nanti teman-teman bisa translate setelah training ini bisa di
Oke?
Gitu ya. Sip. Ya. Oke, snezhanna, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, Cynthia?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I think that
so
the whole world is now jealous for you because while all of us locked down in our cities, you're locked down in a paradise.
Yeah.
I wish you know how much I miss ocean and sun and blue sky. Cynthia, I want to go to Bali.
You should come back to Bali. Yes.
I wish I could spend my lockdown in Bali.
Yes. This good choice actually. But you cannot fly here.
Fantastic. So all leaders of Indonesia, you're so lucky to live in a paradise.
Yeah, you're right. By the way, today we have the same colors.
All right.
Wow.
By the way, Cynthia, do you know that thanks to you, I speak English. Yes,
I
you're the
thank
reason
you.
why. One of the reasons. Actually, when I went to my first global conference, it was in the United States. I didn't speak English at all. And it was a conference, by the way, yeah, in the United States. So we visited Florida, we visited Disneyland, we had an amazing cruise ship, and there was a special group for kids where my parents wanted me to go and play with other children. But I was so scared. Well, actually, I was so terrified because all of them could speak English and I couldn't at all. Yes, and
But
that's why I got so motivated and I started learning English really, really hard during next year. And so by the next conference in Thailand, where we met,
yes,
I kind of like I was already learning English, but I didn't speak English yet. And I remember that very moment when you came to my mom, and I was like 8 years old.
yes,
Yeah, and you were trying to tell her something, and like I remember that like he was so inspired to share something with her, and she didn't speak English at all, and she didn't
yes,
understand
yes,
you. And I remember that he
yes,
was so sincerely that you wanted to tell her how much you love her and so on and so forth. And I remember
yes.
I remember little me standing under there looking at the two of you, and suddenly I realized that actually I understand what you're talking about and my mom doesn't, and actually I can help the two of you communicate. And I remember I was like, mom, like she's saying like that and that, and my mom was like, oh, you speak English, tell her blah 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 blah. And I was like, I have no idea how to say all of that. She was like, okay, just tell Cynthia that we love her and so on and so forth. And it's well, we're always happy to see you. And by the way, yesterday I talked to my dad. He knows that we're live streaming today with you, and also he asked to give you a great big greeting to you, and he's following you on Instagram, and he's so famous, he's so proud of you, you know, and the fact
Thank you.
that you're doing sports and like you're very inspiring and motivating. Good job.
Actually, I am inspiring with you.
Oh,
How could,
Cynthia.
okay, let's, I already not patient. I have so many questions that I would like to send, ask you.
So come on.
I
You can
already
start.
prepared all the question here.
Fantastic.
Okay. Yeah. That's a beautiful moment in, yeah, in Phuket, Thailand is the first time I met you. I met Tamila, I met Vladimir. Oh my God, you know, I was so excited to go, went to the conference, to the Diamond Conference. So when I got the first Diamond Conference tickets, in my mind, only thing that, wow, this is the time for me to meet the number ones. This is the
And
time
it was
for
the
me to
first
meet
time I
number
went
one.
to Asia.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay. So
it was my
I
second
even
country.
I did second conference for you.
Yes.
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 Ah. So I didn't think anything at all. I just think, okay, this is my chance to meet number one. And then I asked my upline, please, Nani, I would like to talk with Tamila. And my upline, you know, she was surprised. What? What did you say? Yes, I would like to talk with Tamila. What do you want to talk? Yeah, I want to know. I want to listen to her. So at that night, I remember we have meeting. My upline Nani and Lana, and then Magnus as our translator at that
Yes.
night. Oh my
Yeah, I
God, I
remember that.
can. And you are so, you still little girl at your, at
Well,
your,
in a way,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Well, but
But
you know
but
that at that moment, as I've already told you, that Thailand was my second country. And now I've already visited 76 countries.
wow, oh my
Yes,
goodness.
and more than 60 were Oriflame conferences.
Wow. Jadi teman-teman 76 negara udah dikunjungin dan lebih dari 60 negara dari Oriflame. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. So, Snezhanna, can I go through my question?
Yes. I'm
Yes.
listening. I'm
Yeah.
listening to your questions.
Wow, look at the numbers at hundreds.
Wow.
At hundreds. Yeah. Everyone's so excited to listen to you, to see you. The princess from Russia. So we are in the Oriflame world recognized that the number one global
Oh,
leaders
internet.
is from Russia. And the first time I met you in Phuket, and then your parents really much inspiring me personally. Really, I don't know. I just heard a lot about your parents, and that's totally is like make me. I want to be like her. I want to really be like them. Wow. Uh, I remember that in Oriflame Indonesia told us that Tamila reached the first years when they joined Oriflame executive title. Is it correct?
Yes, yes,
Right?
that's right. Yeah,
Yes. So in the first years, Tamila and Vladimir joined Oriflame. They reached the executive title. Wow, can you imagine?
absolutely.
So if someone can make it, so it means this is possible, right? So thanks to your parents that open up my eyes, and then from that totally I always, I always keep my eyes looking at you, to Margot, to Tamila, to Vladimir. I look at you, really, I learn so much. And, I'm so happy that I have you as our translator. Actually, you are from very little girl. You already work with Oriflame with your mom because you very very good inside. You know everything. You are connecting between me and your mom and your dad. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yes, actually, when my
Okay.
parents joined this business, I was 4 years
Uh-huh.
old. So, like, I was really baby that time, and my family didn't have enough money to hire a person to babysit with me.
Mhm.
And they used to work with home meetings. So all the
Mhm.
first presentations they were making at home. And actually, I
Ah,
was sitting nearby. I was lying on my dad's knees while he was making the presentation. And, like normally I
ah.
tell that to many people, to many children,
Mhm.
their parents
Mhm.
read fairy tales in the evening, yeah, when it's time
Yes,
for children to go to bed. And
yes.
for me, my fairy tale always had the same story. The theory of this business is very simple.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that my fairy tale was Oriflame presentation. That was what I was listening since my early childhood, like every day, at least 3 times a day. And I was falling asleep listening to presentation. I was waking up still listening to presentation. And then you're right, I started traveling with my parents around the world, being their translator. As you know,
Uh-huh.
like we have a lot of specific words as well in our business, and like normal translators, sometimes they get confused. And that's why I started traveling with my parents, being their translator since I was about like
Mhm.
13. And yeah,
Mhm.
like originally I was translating, but then like sometime later with some experience, like when people ask some questions, and normally it's like all over the world, people care about the same questions. And sometime later I was asking like my dad and my mom are like, so the question was about that, my answer, and say like that, and that. The parents like, wow, yeah, like you're improving. So it was kind of like my first presentations as well. And I'd like to tell all of you that now we live in the unique times.
Snezhanna,
It's
Snezhanna,
yes,
wait.
yes, yes.
I,
Do you hear
I
me?
could not see you clear. I could, I could
What?
not see you clearly. Can you see me?
Do, yes, I see you.
Teman-teman, ini Snezhanna gambarnya buyar nggak? Halo? Can you see me
Hello, I'm
clear?
here. See you.
Okay, okay. Because I see you
Yes.
not so clearly. Okay, good. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. We're back
Hello?
online, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
We're back online, right?
Okay, Snezhanna. Snezhanna? Hello? Hello? Yeah, you can, you can continue. Yes, hello? Snezhanna? Oh my God. Oh, it's not clear. Can you hear me now? I hear you. Oh, okay. Snezhanna, can you keep? Oh my God. Snezhanna, our audience cannot hear, cannot
Yes?
listen. Ah, okay.
Do you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes?
Okay, good. Now, yes.
Finally. Okay, perfect. Sorry,
Mhm.
we originally planned to make the live stream on Tuesday, and today is Sunday, and it's my brother's-in-law birthday. So actually, we went to the country house, and so like yeah, there might be some issues with internet, unfortunately.
Wow.
Well, but
Okay.
if the internet connection won't be nice enough, we can make it again another day, if you want to. I mean, when I will be
Oh,
back home.
okay. Okay.
Yep.
Let's manage. Yeah, but today we have to because so many things. I so miss you, no?
I miss you too.
I hope to see you in Los Angeles, but Corona make us have to stay home. So thanks to Instagram Live.
Yeah, awesome. I really miss you, and also I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.
Susanna,
So,
my
the
people,
main thing I
Indonesian
would like
people,
to share with you.
my downline said that you're so kind.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I think
Mm.
that's what you need when you work with people. You need to understand people and to care about them. This is one of the main um, skills you need to
Yes,
have.
yes. You have exactly your mom patient. When I look
Thank
at
you.
you now, exactly one, not 100, but 1000% your mom's soul. That's why when the first time I met her, I totally falling in love with her. In my room, I could not stop talk about your parents with my sister, and it's really we are so on fires, and that is the first good start for us to believe in this business. So, Snezhanna, you are young, smart, and very pretty. And I know that you are also a movie star. You are also a producer. I searched a lot about you. Please, could you tell us uh, about yourself? What I believe not in Indonesia, but the whole world really love to know about you. They would love to know more about Snezhanna. And what do you feel as a daughter, as a daughter of the global leaders, number one, and then now you have took, you should build so big network. You have to lead. What do you feel? So can you explain?
Is it one question or several questions? Okay, let me start from the very beginning. So
Yes.
as I've already told you, when my parents joined this business, I was 4 years old, so I was like a really small baby. And we didn't have that much money that time. We didn't have an opportunity to hire a nanny. We didn't have an opportunity to travel and so on and so far. We really had to live like with very little budget, like very little. And I guess that maybe some of you heard the story. What made my mom work, what motivated her to work, was that once my mom and me, we went to a supermarket, and little
Yes,
me,
yes.
I asked
About banana?
to buy, yes, to buy some bananas.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
my mom, she opened her wallet and she realized that she didn't have enough money for that. And that moment, the moment of her child looking at her and asking for some bananas, and the fact that she couldn't afford that, that was some breaking moment for her. It was the moment when she realized that she has already been poor and she will never ever be poor. She realized that she's really ready to work for that, to make the better future, not only for herself, but for her children. I have an elder sister as well. And you know that my parents joined this business and they started working like really, really hard. And it was really like at least 3 meetings a day. It was really that every day, my parents were making at least one presentation, not presentation, a registration, at least one new person in a team per a day, at least one new person per a day, every day. And it was like if nobody joined this business today, that means that tomorrow two people are going to join, and that was a
Wow.
must. That was a sure. That was a time when they were really growing that fast. And you were absolutely right when you mentioned that the first year my parents made the executive title. But there is a very important detail. Executive title is 12 director groups, right?
Yes, yes.
And the fact is that the very first year, my parents made 16 director groups.
Wow.
Yes. So
16.
even when they made the executive, they had even more. And you know, it is very
Um,
important. It is very important when you go for some status, when you go for some result. If you, for example, you go for diamond, you should never have six groups, exact six groups, the ones you're working with. You also should have at least one or two extras, so that you could have a choice with whom you should work. You know, because
yes, yes,
when people think that you depend on them, that your title depends on them,
yes.
that makes them behave a little bit different. But when they realize that you are going to work with those who are ready to work,
Yes,
that you have
yes,
some choice, that motivates
yes.
them as well to do their own results. You see, it is very important not to work instead of people, but to work with people, right? So we
Yes,
are
yes.
ready to help people to grow, but we're not going to work instead of them. And that is really very important. That is something a lot of people forget about, because, you know, like being kind is not all you need. Sometimes you need discipline.
Yes,
And
yes, yes.
that is the main secret of growing independent leaders. Yeah, because our work is to make them independent, and they can't
Yes.
become independent if we work instead of them. And that is really very important, that we teach them, we show them how to work, but we're not going to work instead of them. We're showing them the example, but then they need to follow it. They need to show that they are ready to work on their own. And
Yes,
then, you
yes.
know, with Oriflame, like when my parents started growing and succeeding and we were traveling around the world, I remember, you know, a very important moment in my family life when I was graduating school, and it was time to choose a university. And my mom told me, you can choose any university in the world. We can afford it. And you
Wow.
know, the moment she was saying those words, you know, she was almost crying. I mean, like I
I
literally,
want to
like,
cry now.
I could see tears in her eyes because since that woman who couldn't afford to buy bananas for her daughter, till the woman who travels all around the world, who has luxury houses, luxury cars, and she can afford to pay for any university in the world. And that really costs a lot, because that
Yeah.
is the way my parents made on their own, because nobody helped them. And
Mm-hmm.
you know you asked me, so what is it like being number one leader, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you see, I'm very grateful to my parents who made
Mm-hmm.
all this long way and achieved this fantastic result. And of course, it was a very tough and hard time when my mom passed away. And I'm so happy that my dad is still with me, and that together we can still go on working. And he still shows me some things. He still explains me some things. Sometimes I can explain him something when it comes to digital, for example. But
Uh-huh.
there is a saying in Russian, in Russia, that for those for whom a lot is given,
Uh-huh.
a lot is demanded. I mean,
Mm.
the more you have to share.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
um, I guess that many of you have children, and I believe that many of you want your children to continue this business. And it's very important for them to understand that it is their business as well, that they make some input in the result of the family. Because, one day when they are going to continue this business, and it will be pretty complicated for them to have their own self-esteem and so on, because whenever you go up to the stage, uh, if your like speech was normal,
Mm-hmm.
everybody would say like, well, for a daughter of such person, she could have made it better, and
Yes.
if you make it like really fantastic, like over the top, everybody will say,
Mm-hmm.
well, for a daughter of such person, it's normal that she has such a fantastic speech, such normal speech actually. So like second generation, being a second generation also has some challenges,
Yes, yes.
because we know a lot. We do know a lot because like we were like mother breasting like this business. Yeah, like we have green blood. Like Oriflame
Mm-hmm.
blood, and we really like we were growing up in this atmosphere. But that now that time is changing and like so many things are going on, and now based on what we already have, the experience of our parents, we need to make a
Mm-hmm.
step forward, and this is very important. That to continue to care about our business, and
Yes.
yeah. Oh my God, we have only half an hour left.
How you, Susanna, how you collaborate, how you work with your dad. I look that you and your dad now is very, very online. Your dad every day making a live streaming through Instagram. And you know what I love a lot to your dad, he always writing very good in the Instagram. I learn
Oh,
a
you read
lot.
his posts.
Yes, yes. I still have
Oh, that's
translation. Okay,
fantastic.
I understand. And thanks to him, thanks to him. Really, what he writes is totally is give some ideas, some input, and another insight that I get about this business. Uh, yeah, your parents already go so far, and from the first time you are number one in the world. So it's mean Oriflame how many 50, 54 years, almost 53 years.
You mean how many or how old is Oriflame or?
Yes, 53 years, and you and your dad now is number one from the beginning.
Well, my family joined this business in 1996.
In 1996. So, but we
Yes,
never
so it's almost 25 years, almost.
20, yes, yes. So, okay, now I will move to another's.
Well,
Snezhanna.
speaking about my dad and his posts, yeah, I would like to tell you something. Like there are lots of leaders all around the world. Yeah, like different leaders, they use different techniques in order to work and succeed in Oriflame, right?
Yes, yes.
I'm not going to talk about what kind of techniques different leaders use. I guess you know all of them. Uh, but it's very important that there are techniques and there is strategy. And what my dad is giving you, what is my dad is giving people, is that he's giving the philosophy of this business and actually the
Yes.
philosophy of life. And if you look under your steps, you can fall down. But if you look at the horizon, if you realize where you are going and why you are going there, you will never notice any stones underneath. And
Yes.
that is what my dad is doing. Yeah, that he's
Yeah.
showing you the horizon. He's showing you where and why you should go.
Yes.
And that is the most important thing. That when we work with people, it's very important to realize, to make them the understanding what they can achieve by following our instructions.
That's
Because
that is the typical of your dad. Uh, when I met him directly, also when he talked, your mom also. So I know exactly typical your parents how to speak, how to teach, and I said to my people that Tamila is my global lead, my global upline. So,
love you.
Snezhanna, Snezhanna, I know that you have network not only in Russian, right?
That's right.
How
Yes.
many country? How many country your network exists now, and what country is?
Ooh, oof, 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 oof. It's such a tough question, to be honest. Well, yeah, of course, like I can be sure about like Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Belarus, and so on and so forth, Mongolia.
Wow,
But we have leaders like even in Mexico, for example. And the fact is
wow.
that my family, we never worked in Mexico. Like we never went there to work. And it is the multi-level effect that we have our organization even in countries where we've never been. I mean, like never been with working purpose. For example, like Vietnam, like personally I have never been there. I'm not sure, to be honest, if my parents were there or not, but we do have leaders there. And you see, so this is the multiple
Wow.
effect. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's like, that like 5, 25, 125, and so on and so forth. So like we teach some
Yeah.
leaders and then like they spread all over the world.
Yes, yes, yes. Wow. So really go global leaders. And how you manage your people in your network? I mean, what platform do you use in terms of doing training for your networks?
Well, first of all, I'd like to mark out once again that it's very important to grow up independent leaders, right?
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
mean that like our leaders, they don't need us on daily basis. This was
Mm.
like once, like my parents, they were giving an interview to one journalist, and they've been talking for about like 4 or 5 hours. And by the end of that conversation, the journalist said, like, yeah, it's very important, it's very interesting, but like it's too difficult for me. Like I would never be able to do that. And my parents wondered, like, why? Like I said, well, you know, like so many people, like you always have to be online. You always have to be they should be able to get in touch with you, and so on and so forth. Like all of them have so many questions, so many issues, so many problems, and so on and so forth. Like so many people, like I would never be able to do that. And then so it was also a meeting at home, and then it was that my dad told the journalists to pick up a phone, the stationary phone. So he did that. He said, like, what do you hear? He was like, beep. Like, you know, like yeah. He said, like, we've been sitting here during 4 or 5 hours. How many times did the phone ring? And the answer is that none. So like during 4 or 5 hours, the telephone didn't ring even once. And that was the moment for the journalist, like when you like you realized something. He was like, how did you do that? So it was the moment when he realized that our leaders, they can really work on their own, you know, that they are really professionals. And so we don't have to be in touch with them every 5 minutes, you know, like especially now, like online, lots of leaders, like they're always online, they're always answering the phones and so on and so forth. Yeah, it's very important to teach them so that they could work on their own. So this is the main thing. And then speaking about the platforms, I'm not going to tell you something new because you already know all of that, like Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, Zoom, and it's all classic. It's all the same. It's more a question of how you use it, not what you use, but how you use, you know.
Yes, yes. Okay, Snezhanna, this is interesting question. Any common difficulties that you have during the journey to the number one leaders? Because for me, actually for me, I know you from you are very little girl, but for some people maybe they don't recognize you, but I did because I know you from the beginning. And then you are the ones that always with your mom and your dad. Even you could not translate and explain to me so good if you don't know the business, right? So I'm sure that you know exactly the business. You are the one translate, and we are. Do you remember in Stockholm in Grand Hotel? I think almost 2 hours. I came to your rooms at that night, and then after that I came back to my room. I was crying because I said to Lana, how comes Tamila so good? Looks, you know, at that night, Tamila, through you, of course, you translate for us everything. You like our upline, you coach us, and really, really, it stays. It's in my heart. Really, I could not believe there is someone who's so caring about people, like your mom, like you do, like your dad, like your family do. Cannot understand. That's why you really deserve as the number ones. You have not only clever, you not only have the passion of work, but you have a big heart to understand the people. You have everything needs to be a great leader. That is the point.
Thank you, Cynthia. And while you were talking, I could see there was a question from our followers.
Okay.
Yes, somebody asked how to teach leaders to be independent. And actually, a very good question, right? Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
actually, yes, it's a very good question, and it's a very important question because it's their own way they can become independent is to practice. So if you want to get some result from a person, you should give him some responsibilities. So when we take a new person and we start working with him, from the very first meeting, we give him some tasks, some very small tasks, like to read a book, to write a list of his friends, yeah, like to invite 5 people to the next meeting, for example. And then, so we give to everybody the same tasks, right? And then what we can see on the next meeting is that somebody, for example, was for the next meeting to invite some friends, right? And then we see that at the next meeting, somebody, he not even, he didn't invite somebody else, but he didn't even come. Are we going to work with that person? Why should you spend your time on him, right? Somebody, he did manage to invite some people, and that's a great job. That means like he's a leader and he's doing his homework. Yeah, he's doing his tasks. That means we can give him the next task, yeah, to help him grow his leadership. And somebody, he said that he came to the meeting, but then he said that, you know, like I invited like 10 people, but nobody managed to do that. And that is also okay. That is normal. You see, the fact is that we need people to be able to do something. You see that he made an effort. Yeah, so he tried his best. So he talked to different people. He tried to invite him, but he didn't manage to do that. And that's okay, because that's our job to teach him. You know, that means that we're going to make one step back and ask him, okay, that's fine. Tell me, please, what did you tell them? How did you invite them? What words did you use? You know, and that is another type of work that we're going to do. And then, so we're going to understand what mistakes he could have made, what he could improve. And then we give him the same task for the next meeting. Like, again, invite your friends for the next meeting, considering some questions that we've discussed with you today. So it's not us who decide if a person is a leader or not, but it's always a person himself. He makes the decision if he is a leader or not. And he shows us this decision by his actions. If he works, if he tries his best, that means he deserves us to invest our time into working with him. If he doesn't, okay, thank you, enjoy your life. Well, let's stay in touch. No, it's, you know, well, it's bye, but we still can be friends, you know, like we still can be in touch. And then it can be like in half a year, in 1 year later, in 5, even in 10 years later, we can get in touch with him again. And hi, how are you doing? Yeah, like still get some credits. Ooh. And yeah, like, and we're traveling. We're going to the United States soon. You know, like going to Thailand soon. Well, you see, and by the way, now it's fantastic times, like really fantastic times, because this period of this pandemic, it's amazing time of opportunities, you know, because the worse it is for the economics, the better it is for our business. You see, because a lot of people, they're getting fired, unfortunately. I can't say that. I'm happy to know that, yeah. A lot of people, they have to close their businesses. I mean, like small businesses, yeah, like they can't survive these times. And, you know, all those people, they are looking for new opportunities. They are looking for new opportunities. And here we are. You know, it's very important that nowadays people are ready to choose to look at the kinds of business they could never think about. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people, they would like network marketing, like what they're talking about, like I'm not going to do that. Yeah, like I got my own company. And nowadays, when like everything is locked down, yeah, like, and his company can't work anymore, or somebody who used to be like a manager at some kind of company, now he's fired, yeah, and he still has his family, he still has his kids, he still has his credits, and so on and so forth. and he needs some money, he needs some income,
Mhm.
and he's ready to do any kind of job, and he's even ready to look at network marketing, like anything that can give me money, I can do anything. And
Yes, yes.
suddenly, when they wouldn't even look at this kind of business in a normal situation, but suddenly they can analyze this business. And as they're smart, and you do know that
Mhm.
people who had their business, even a small one, they are smart. If they were fools, they
Mhm.
wouldn't be able to do business, right? So if they are
Mhm.
entrepreneurs, they can
Mhm.
understand this system really works, that in this system we
Yes.
do have money. And that means that they can really succeed. Because it's very
Mhm.
important to invite people who are smart, because smart people, they can see money, even if they
Yes.
don't really
Mhm.
realize, if they don't really understand how the system works. It's the main thing for them is to understand that this system has money. Well, and if you want to make sure that this system can has money, you can sign on my Instagram and can see me traveling and my lifestyle and so on and so forth. And all of it is because of Oriflame, I mean, like 76,000 countries,
Six.
76 countries, 76
Six.
countries,
Oh.
all of that is thanks to Oriflame. Like I
Mhm.
drive Porsche Cayenne. I bought it on money thanks to Oriflame. Yeah, like I live in the center of Moscow. It's one of the most expensive cities in the world. And, all of that is thanks to Oriflame. My
Mhm.
sister, she had her first baby born in Geneva, Switzerland. And all of that is because of Oriflame. With
Oh.
Oriflame, our life became really fantastic. And if you still
Six.
doubt if you can do that or not, remember that this life belongs to a family who couldn't even buy some bananas for a daughter. So this is really possible.
Snezhanna,
It's really possible. Yes, Cynthia?
once in the conference, Tamila said that I am the parents that could not read the fairy tale to my
Yeah,
kids,
yeah,
but I am the parents that want to give the fairy tale life to my kids.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's wow, and I never forget that statement. I said, "Wow,
Yes,
that
it's
is the
true.
most important. That's the most
Absolutely.
important."
Absolutely. Yes, actually, it was
So
that when I was a teenager, and like it's a pretty tough age for everyone. It was that once, like I asked my mom, like,
we have we have
why
10 minutes.
you never read fairy tales to me, like when I was a child, and she told me, I'm sorry, I really never read fairy tales for you at night, but I gave you the life that looks like a fairy tale, and it is true,
Yes.
the truth.
That's so sweet.
And one more thing that I would like to tell to the leaders who have some kids, if you want your children one day to join this business, please
Mm-hmm.
be so careful about what you are talking at home about. Because normally when people leave the house, they put on the
Mm-hmm.
mask, yeah, and they go
Mm-hmm.
outside and they tell everyone like what a fantastic business we have. But as soon as they
Yes.
come back home, they're like, I'm
Mm.
so tired, like I'm so sick. The fact is that any kind of business has its own advantages and disadvantages. Whatever you do, you will always have some difficulties, some challenges, and so on and so forth. But when you're at home, when the doors are closed and nobody can hear you, what are you talking about?
Mm.
What are you discussing
Mm-hmm.
with your couple? Are you discussing how you're sick and tired of people saying no and no again and again? Are you sick and tired that people don't do what you ask them to do? And so on and so forth.
Mm.
Or are you
Mm-hmm.
discussing the success of your leaders? Are you discussing new things that they managed to achieve? Are you discussing like new people, like the new meeting that was today, like the new person who, like, it's the first time that you lit some fire in his or her eyes, and it's the first time that he or she believed that he can change his business, his life, you know, thanks to this business. It is really very important what you are talking about when nobody can hear you. You know, if you are discussing how proud you are of your leaders, if you are discussing that one more director managed to buy a car, that one more director managed, I don't know, to go somewhere abroad, that one more director managed to fulfill his dreams, if one more new person managed, I don't know, like to buy fruits for his family, do you think your children would like to join this business? You know, it's a challenge for a lot of leaders to make their children to join their business, because they never paid attention at what they're talking at home when they think that nobody can hear them. But the fact is that children, they are always nearby, and they are always listening to you, and they can always hear actually what you are thinking about. And it is very important, because, you know, I really believe that this is a very beautiful, a very honest, it's a fairy business and it's really an honest for me to be a part of it. And I would really love your children to be so proud of you and your business when they grow up. And Cynthia, we have 10 minutes left, so I guess it's one last question.
Snezhanna, when you speak like this, so my mind's just think that's no wonders. When I look at your family is like have abundance of love. You know, you
You
and
know,
your
I
parents.
believe that it's Indonesia.
So
I believe
right.
that Indonesia is the country of love.
Yeah. No, you really show to people that's your family. Really, it's amazing. That's why when you talk about this, no wonder, because it's everything is just come from inside. So
It's
thank
true.
you.
It's true.
So I
And
have very
yes, Cynthia, you are
important.
so right that everything comes from the inside, and it's very important that you believe yourself that this business work. It's very important for you to believe that you can succeed. It's very important for you to believe that your leaders will succeed, and let them be independent. Because when you are sure at what you're talking about, people can feel it. You know, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. If you really believe in it, they will feel it. Even if they don't understand it, they will feel it. They can always feel if you're telling them the truth or not, if you believe in what you're telling them or not. And it is very, very important. If you really want to succeed, you should start with yourself. You should really believe in yourself. You should believe in this business. You should believe in the company, in the product, and so on and so forth. And you will manage to do that. And Indonesia is an amazing country.
Yeah,
Because I really believe it's
Snezhanna,
the country of love. Yes.
I have one downline from my. I have one question from my downline, and this is so important. She asked me, please ask Zidana, what is the secret of Snezhanna body goals? So you have to
Wellness. It's
answer
wellness.
because oh my God, how you manage that? You keep on diet or
It's wellness.
wellness?
Well,
But I know that you
yes,
exercise, right?
absolutely. To be honest, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every morning when I wake
Yes.
up, the first thing I do is I drink a glass of water. It's a must. And
Uh-huh.
the second thing I do is I drink the wellness shake. And
Uh,
yes, and I've been doing that for I have no idea how many years. And now the first glass of water I can change for this new caramel drink, wellness drink. You know, do you already have it? Yes. Do you have it in
nutrition.
Indonesia?
A nutrition. We have natural balance shake.
Yes, we have the shake, and we have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it with me now. but that means that soon you will have one more wellness product.
Yeah, we
uh, I'll show it to you later on my Instagram stories.
okay.
And yes, and wellness shake, I really love it. And the wellness vitamins, that's also a must have for so many years. I mean, like since the day they appeared, I drink them really every day, like all of my family. And, you know, like also when my sister was pregnant and she went to Switzerland, and when she talked to the doctor and he asked her, so do you drink any vitamins? And she said, like, yes, I drink Oriflame vitamins. And she showed those, our wellness pack to the doctor. And he analyzed it and he said, like, yeah, you can go on drinking it. And, you know, it's
Wow.
so important. You're like, yeah, even in Switzerland. So it's like, you know, a very well-being country. A very good doctor in Geneva. He said that these are really very good vitamins. So it also means a lot for us. And also, I do fitness 3 times a week, and once a week I do Pilates. And
You do
I bet that
Pilates, yes.
those who follow me on Instagram, they already know that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Привет, привет. Идешь
Okay.
сюда?
Oh,
Осторожно.
Snezhanna, before.
Ah, you can see my nephew, like little nephew. Иди сюда. Оп, оп, оп,
Hello.
оп.
Hi.
Оп. Это Синтия из Индонезии. Оп, оп.
Hi, hi. Hi.
Camila, she's the nephew of my brother. So it's like my brother-in-law, he has a sister, and Camila is her daughter. So as I've already told
Oh,
you,
okay.
yes, that today is my brother-in-law's birthday. So we're at the country house now. The whole family is here, and I escaped to the
Oh,
second floor in order to be able to talk to you.
sorry to disturb you. You're so kind. Snezhanna,
Я скоро приду.
Snezhanna, the question.
Sorry. Come. Подойди. Ну, давай, скажи. Подойди, давай. Ну, давай. Ап. Ну, скажи.
Hello. Bye bye.
Bye.
She's so cute. Молодец, умничка.
Thank you.
Умничка. Сейчас я
It's
скоро закончу. Sorry.
Доброй ночи.
Sorry.
So, Snezhanna, you was in Indonesia. What
Yes.
most you like about Indonesia? You said that
Oh,
you want
Cynthia.
it come to Bali.
Yes, you know, well, first of all, I really love people in Indonesia because, you know, like, you're so open-minded and you're so open-hearted and you're so sincere and like all of you like little sons. It's really amazing. I mean, like in this way, like Indonesia is like one of my favorite countries, that's for sure. Like Indonesian people, they're absolutely amazing. They are like really like little suns, lots of little suns. And then like, of course, I mean like the sun and the ocean and the fruits and like the seafood.
Oh,
Ah.
so let's manage you to come back to Indonesia for
I'm
our
really looking
conference.
forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. Okay.
So
Cynthia.
before we say goodbye to all of the people, we have 3 minutes. What you want to say to all the people? Because here not only Indonesia but only Russian, I believe, and also many from
Yeah, I
India.
know. I've seen some leaders from India. Yeah, that's right. So it's all over the world. And you know, I
You
think
know,
I really believe that what's
Snezhanna,
common all over the world right now is that it's really the tough time for all of us. You know, I wish all of you to take care of your health, to drink vitamins, and really to take care of your health. And also, it's a very tough economic situation all over the world. But you know, the worse it is for the economics, the better it is for our business. So it is really the time of opportunity for Oriflame business, for network marketing. And I really wish all of you to make as much effort as you can do right now at the moment, because you know it is really the best time to make your base, from what you can jump to make new results. Because I really believe that when this epidemic finishes, that our business all over the world, it will be much stronger than it used to be before it. And it depends on you. The fact is that tomorrow you might leave your house, meet your neighbor, and find out that he is already in Oriflame. And I'm not sure what exactly feelings you are going to have when you realize that he has joined Oriflame, but you are not the one who invited him. So please don't lose your chance. Invite as many people as possible.
8 seconds, 6 seconds. We have to say
love
bye
you,
bye.
love you, love you, love you, and wish you success.